The floodlights at Anfield shone over a packed stadium, buzzing with anticipation for Liverpool's final home game of 2025. The air was crisp, the December night alive with the energy of thousands of fans streaming through the famous Shankly gates. Red scarves and banners fluttered in the chilly breeze, as supporters young and old gathered for what promised to be a dramatic evening of football. The cop was in full voice, their songs echoing around the ground, setting the stage for a classic Premier League clash. The chorus of "You'll Never Walk Alone" rang out, uniting the crowd in a sea of red and white, their passion undimmed by the winter cold. Every chant, every cheer, seemed to add to the sense that something special was about to unfold. Jurgen Klopp's Liverpool, riding a wave of good form, faced a struggling Wolves side desperate for points. Klopp, animated as ever on the touchline, urged his players to stay focused and hungry. Across the pitch, Wolves manager Gary O'Neill rallied his squad, knowing that a result at Anfield could be a turning point in their season. Wolves under Gary O'Neill set up deep and disciplined, determined to frustrate the Reds and strike on the counter. Their defensive line was compact, every player aware of their role, ready to pounce on any Liverpool mistake. O'Neill's tactical approach was clear: absorb pressure, stay organized, and look for opportunities to break forward. Liverpool dominated possession from the start, probing for gaps in the Wolves' defense. The midfield trio moved the ball with purpose, switching play from side to side, searching for that elusive opening. Every pass was met with a wall of gold shirts, forcing Liverpool to be patient and creative. The men in gold and black held their shape, making life difficult for Liverpool's attackers. Time and again, Liverpool's forwards found themselves crowded out, their shots blocked or deflected away. Wolves' commitment to their defensive duties was unwavering, each player putting their body on the line. Every pass, every run, was met with fierce resistance. The midfield became a battleground, with tackles flying in and neither side willing to give an inch. The intensity was relentless, both teams fighting for every loose ball, every scrap of territory. The tension was palpable, like this was not going to be an easy afternoon. Fans watched with bated breath, their nerves on edge as each attack was repelled. On the pitch, players' faces were etched with concentration, fully aware that a single mistake could prove costly. Both teams knew what was at stake: Liverpool chasing the top four, Wolves fighting for survival. The Premier League table loomed large in everyone's minds, every point crucial as the season approached its climax. For Liverpool, a win would keep their Champions League hopes alive. For Wolves, even a draw could be vital in their battle to avoid relegation. The referee's whistle signaled the start, and Anfield erupted. The roar from the stands was deafening, a wall of sound that seemed to push the players forward. The festive atmosphere was electric, every fan willing their team to victory. Liverpool pressed, Wolves absorbed, and the tactical battle was underway. Klopp's men surged forward, pressing high and looking to force errors, while Wolves dropped deep, defending in numbers and waiting for their chance to counter. The early exchanges promised a tight, hard-fought contest. Every challenge was contested, every ball fiercely fought for, as both teams looked to impose themselves on the game. Patience and quality would be needed to break the deadlock. Liverpool's creative players looked for spaces, trying to unlock the stubborn Wolves' defense, while Wolves waited for the perfect moment to spring forward. The festive clash had all the makings of a memorable encounter. Under the Anfield lights, with so much at stake, but so much to talk about. Both teams were ready to give everything. The stage was set for a night of drama, passion, and football at its very best. The first half was a true test of Liverpool's patience and resolve as they faced a determined Wolves side, who set up with a deep, compact defensive line. Every Liverpool attack was met with a wall of gold shirts, making it clear that breaking through would require both creativity and persistence. The Reds dominated possession, circulating the ball with intent, probing for any weakness in the Wolves' defense. Liverpool's midfielders orchestrated the play, moving the ball from side to side, but clear-cut chances remained elusive as Wolves stayed disciplined and organized. Wolves' low block forced Liverpool to be inventive, but as the minutes ticked by, frustration began to mount. Every shot was blocked, every pass into the box intercepted, and the tension inside Anfield grew with each missed opportunity. But then, in the 41st minute, the breakthrough finally arrived, sending a surge of energy through the stadium. Jeremy Frimpong, who had been lively all half, found space on the right flank. With a sudden burst of acceleration, he surged down the sideline, his pace and determination finally stretching the Wolves' backline and creating a rare opening. Frimpong whipped in a low-driven cross, zipping the ball across the face of goal, perfectly placed for a late-arriving midfielder to attack. The delivery was precise, cutting through the crowded penalty area and catching the Wolves' defenders off guard. Timing his run to perfection, Ryan Gravenberch ghosted into the box unmarked. His awareness and anticipation allowed him to arrive at just the right moment, evading his marker and finding himself in the perfect position. With a confident first-time finish, Gravenberch swept the ball past the Wolves' keeper and into the back of the net. The technique and composure he showed under pressure were a testament to his quality. Relief and joy swept through Anfield as the crowd erupted in celebration. The tension that had built up throughout the half was released in a wave of cheers and applause. The timing of the goal was perfect. Just minutes before the break, Liverpool finally had their reward for their persistence and hard work. Gravenberch's goal was the product of patience, teamwork, and precision. It was a moment that showcased Liverpool's ability to stay composed under pressure and seize their opportunity when it mattered most. Frimpong's assist was a moment of individual brilliance, his vision and execution unlocking a stubborn Wolves defense that had looked unbreakable for most of the half. The mood inside the stadium transformed instantly, from anxious anticipation to pure elation, as fans and players alike celebrated the crucial breakthrough. Liverpool went into halftime with a vital lead, knowing they had finally broken the deadlock and set the tone for the rest of the match. The atmosphere at Anfield was electric, with fans still riding the high of the opening goal when Liverpool struck again with breathtaking speed. Just a minute after Gravenberch's opener, the Reds doubled their lead, sending shockwaves through the Wolves' defense and igniting the home crowd. Hugo Ekitike, showing his vision and composure, found a pocket of space and threaded a perfectly weighted pass through the heart of the Wolves' backline. Florian Wirtz, Liverpool's exciting summer signing and a player tipped for greatness, anticipated the move brilliantly and raced onto the ball with determination. Calm and composed beyond his years, Wirtz took a deft touch to steady himself before coolly slotting the ball past the onrushing keeper, showing the kind of poise that has made him one of Europe's most talked-about young talents. The stadium erupted in a wave of noise and color. Wirtz had just scored his first goal in a Liverpool shirt, a moment he and the fans will never forget. His teammates rushed to surround him, embracing the young German and celebrating a huge milestone in his blossoming career. Wirtz's energy and creativity had been evident all game, and now he had his reward, a goal that capped off a lively and influential first-half performance. 2 goals in quick succession left Wolves stunned and searching for answers, as Liverpool's relentless pressure paid off handsomely. With the halftime whistle approaching, Liverpool were firmly in control, dictating the tempo and looking every bit the dominant side. For Wirtz, this breakthrough goal was more than just a number on the scoresheet. It was a statement of intent, a glimpse of the impact he's ready to make at Anfield. As the teams headed into the break, Anfield buzzed with excitement and anticipation, eager to see what the second half would bring from their new star and the resurgent Reds. The second half began with Wolves showing renewed fight. Down 2 goals, they pushed higher and took more risks. Their aggression paid off early. A set piece gave them hope. A corner caused chaos in the Liverpool box, and Santiago Bueno reacted fastest. He poked the ball home, cutting Liverpool's lead in half. Suddenly, the game was alive again. Wolves fans found their voice, sensing a comeback. Liverpool felt the pressure as the atmosphere grew tense. The Reds had to dig deep, their comfortable lead now under threat. Wolves pressed, Liverpool defended, and the match became a battle of nerves. Bueno's goal changed the dynamic, forcing Liverpool to show resilience. The contest was now wide open. Anfield braced for a dramatic finish. As the clock ticked down, Anfield was gripped by tension. Wolves pressed relentlessly, searching for an equalizer. Liverpool's defense, under siege, needed a hero. That hero was Connor Bradley. In the dying minutes, a Wolves attacker broke through, bearing down on goal. Just as he was about to shoot, Bradley flew in with a perfectly timed sliding tackle. The ball was cleared for a corner, danger averted. The crowd erupted, celebrating the tackle like a goal. Bradley's intervention was match-defining, preserving Liverpool's fragile lead. His teammates rushed to congratulate him, knowing the importance of the moment. Defensive actions like this are as vital as scoring. Bradley's tackle summed up Liverpool's fighting spirit. Liverpool's victory was even more impressive given their depleted squad. Klopp was without 8 senior players, including Szoboszlai, Isak, and Salah. The absences forced others to step up. Gravenberch, Wirtz, and Bradley seized their chance. The team's depth and unity were on full display. Every player knew their role and executed it with discipline. Klopp's ability to inspire belief in his squad shone through. Liverpool's resilience and togetherness carried them through a tough test. Missing stars, they found a way to win. The performance sent a message to the league. Liverpool are contenders, no matter the circumstances. The fight and spirit on display were hallmarks of champions. This was a win built on character as much as talent. Before kickoff, Anfield paused for a moving tribute to the late Diogo Jota. His children walked out as mascots, hand in hand with the Liverpool captain. The stadium stood for a minute's applause, "You'll never walk alone," echoing with extra meaning. The emotion was visible on the players' faces, determined to honor their teammate. The performance that followed was full of the fight and spirit Jota embodied. The tribute united the club and fans in grief and respect. Football's true power was on display. Community, family, and remembrance. Jota's memory will always be part of Liverpool. The 2-1 win over Wolves marked Liverpool's 4th straight victory in all competitions. Momentum is building at the perfect time, with belief surging through the squad and fans. The win lifted Liverpool into the top 4, keeping Champions League hopes alive. Klopp's side showed they can win with style and grit, dominant in the first half, resilient in the second. Adaptability and mentality are driving this run. The final whistle brought relief and celebration at Anfield. The players saluted the fans, knowing this streak sets the tone for the new year. Liverpool's platform is strong. The climb up the table continues. The Reds are hitting their stride as 2025 ends. For Wolves, defeat at Anfield deepened their relegation fears. Rooted to the bottom with just 2 points from 17 games, their struggle is clear. Despite a spirited second half, lapses and lack of quality cost them again. Manager Gary O'Neill faces a huge task to spark a turnaround. Liverpool, meanwhile, look ahead to a tough trip to Leeds United. The demanding schedule leaves no time to rest. Confidence is high after a hard-fought win. The next chapter awaits. Another test, another chance to build momentum. Liverpool's journey continues, eyes fixed on the top of the table.